Hey guys, Jexie here. Welcome back to another video. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about having no motivation to do like just regular tasks. I don't know about anybody else, but throughout my recovery, especially like very early recovery, sometimes it was so hard for me to get motivated just to do regular life. So I figured if I've went through that and I've gone through it even with clean time, that other people could relate. So I thought we'd chat about that today. So in early recovery, I did a lot of opiates. That was my drug of choice. So in early recovery, the post-acute withdrawals kept motivation being like a real problem for me. I was very tired. My muscles were sore. So there was a lot of effects from just withdrawal that kept me from being motivated. So I'm not really talking about that because that's like a physical, thing that a lot of us have to go through. But when that physical part passed, I felt like there was still a lot like mentally that kept me from having motivation for life. And it's something that I've dealt with throughout my recovery. So in early recovery, like starting then, I would say it was hard because I just was used to doing everything with drugs in my system. So I share a lot locally, and when I talk to people about my experience in recovery, when I went into rehab, I had left my house with a basket of laundry that was clean and it was folded and it was ready to be put away. Now, I don't mind washing clothes. I don't mind folding clothes. I hate putting clothes away. I hate it. So they were folded and cleaned and ready to put away. And I got back from rehab and they're still in the basket and I couldn't put them away. I couldn't take the clean clothes out of the basket and put them in the drawers. I would stand there and I would look at the basket and be like, I don't understand why I'm struggling with this, but I can't put them away. And it was infuriating. I was so frustrated all the time. And I remember I would share about it, and it was like weeks and weeks of me like just wanting to put this one basket of clothes away. And I washed and folded and put away other clothes, but this particular basket was like my nemesis for some reason. Now, I used opiates because they helped me do stuff. I would use them before I had to clean. Like I felt like being on pills made me like the best cleaner, the best, mom, the best wife, like that. I felt like I did everything better when I was on pills. Until I got to the point where I was using pills just not to be sick anymore. And I felt like my entire day revolved around like not being sick and taking pills. So eventually they stopped doing that. But for a long time, they helped me do everything day to day. Like I felt like they gave me like superpowers. Like I felt like I was a normal person, like that I was able to do what regular people could do on a daily, on a normal day, as long as I had pills. Like I didn't feel like pills made me better. I felt like pills made me normal. And I think a lot of addicts have that feeling of like when we use, we feel like we're normal. And so I just didn't know how to do things when I wasn't high. I really didn't. And I remember I would share about it, I would talk about it. I was like, I need to put away these clothes and I can't do it. And it was the simplest suggestion ever, but someone said to me, they're like, well, maybe don't put away all the clothes. Maybe like just put away the first thing like that's on top. Just put away one thing. That was the most brilliant suggestion I had ever heard. I don't know why that like didn't equate to me before as an option, and I was like, that's the most helpful suggestion I ever could have gotten. I don't have to put away all the clothes at one time. I just have to put away one thing at a time. And if I put away one thing, then I've made progress, right? That was like such an eye-opening suggestion for me, and it's something I still use now. So I did that. I put away one thing. And then, like, I felt super motivated, so I put away another. And then I stopped, right? That was it. That's all I did. And, like, the next day, like, I put a few more. And then eventually, it wasn't even a problem anymore. There was a few things left in the basket. I was like, I just might as well finish it. And I put it away, and I was done with it. And I had this sense of relief, right? But as soon as I put away the first article of clothing in that basket, I felt like I was making progress. I was moving forward. I was no longer stuck. Sure, I didn't get the whole basket put away for some time, right? But I was making progress. It wasn't the same stuff. And so that's the kind of way I look at everything in life now. So I have issues with seasonal depression. It's not anything super bad, but I have a very, very hard time when I'm not getting the sunlight to, you know, get up and get motivated. And I've been supposed to get a light box on Amazon for like forever, and I haven't gotten it, and now it's almost spring, so it seems silly to worry about it. But so I do have a hard time like getting started with things. Once I'm started with it, I can do it, right? So a lot of times I set myself up for failure because I give myself a really long to-do list. You know, like I'll be like, oh, I have to record a video, I have to do laundry, I have to dust, I have to vacuum, whatever it is. I give myself a really long list. And then I get really, really upset with myself when I can't accomplish everything on the list. Or my list will be so long, I just don't want to start it. So I started making small lists. I started making, and my suggestion for this is, what someone told me is, maybe just put one thing on your list. Then you can put like other things, like, well, if you can get this one thing done and you still want to do stuff, like here's other things. So sometimes my list is literally like the one, I always have like a have to get done today. One thing that is my have to. And then I'll have things that I like would like to get done. But, you know, like my have to today is I have to drop something off at the post office. That has to be done today. That's my has to get done. As long as I do that, then everything else kind of feels like it falls into place. Now, there's other things I have to do today, right? Like I have to clean the house because we have family dinner on Fridays. I have to, you know, bring up laundry. Like there's other things I have to do, but like I don't put pressure on myself for those things. I know I'll get those things done. It'll be all right. But my have to is I have to go to the post office. So a lot of times, like I do that. Like I'll have one have to. And I find by making my list smaller and keeping my have to get done today to a minimum, the pressure I put on myself is so much less. And as long as there's less pressure, I tend to get more done. It's when I like overwhelm myself with pressure, when I'm like, oh my gosh, like how am I possibly going to get all this done? Like I can't, that I just want to sit in bed and not do any of it. And, you know, watch YouTube. So I have to make sure that I don't overwhelm myself before I start. And I feel like that's something I've struggled with in recovery from the beginning until now. And as you guys know, I've been clean for six and a half years. And like that doesn't stop, right? Like recovery is an ongoing process. And the reason for me that it's an ongoing process is not because I wake up and want to use, right? Like that's not my thought process today. I don't wake up and think like, you know what? I really wish I could use drugs today. That's no longer how I think throughout the day, right? But my addiction can manifest in other ways, like telling me that I'm not good enough, or I can't get things done, or I'm failing at life. And it's hard, you know, especially because what I do for a living is on a computer at home, which is great to be able to work from home right now, but it's also, you get stuck. So I spend a lot of time sitting. I'm a lot of times in the same spot all day. And it starts to feel very repetitive, and it starts to feel very stuck. And so I started going to the gym. I started working out. I've talked to some of you about that. I'm in week 2. I actually got a gym membership. I'm moving. It feels great. And sometimes my have-tos for the day is to get to the gym. Not the workout I'm going to do at the gym. Not the exercises or the amount of things I'm going to do. Just getting to the gym is my have-to. Because I find once I'm at the gym, I don't have a problem doing the exercise and working out, but getting myself to the gym, getting from my room 5 minutes away to the gym is the struggle. And I feel like that's how it is for most things I do. It's not the act that's hard. It's getting started. It's getting there. It's taking that first step. And so my suggestion for anybody watching who's dealing with similar stuff is just make that first move. You know, if you're struggling in the morning to like get motivated to do something, just step out of bed. Don't worry about the next step. Make the step of standing up. Sometimes that's a victory in itself. We're our hardest critics. I know for myself, I'm harder on myself than anybody else could be on me. I'm always worried that I'm like not doing enough and not getting enough done. And it's funny because on the days I feel like I just didn't do enough, and I start listing out the things I got done, someone will look at me and be like, wow, you had a productive day. And I'm like, I don't feel like I did anything, you know? But so we have to remember that it's not really so important to like stress about everything. If there's certain things we have to get done, you know, keep it small, keep it minimal, and celebrate the small accomplishments. Did you brush your teeth this morning? Sometimes that's something to celebrate. I know, especially in early recovery, getting up, taking a shower, brushing my teeth, like that was getting something done for the day. And some days that's how it is. Getting out of bed and brushing my teeth, like that's something to celebrate. So my suggestion to all of you, as I said, is don't be so hard on yourselves. Understand you are not alone. All of these feelings are feelings that pretty much anybody in recovery, no matter what your addiction is, has gone through. Just take small steps. Do one thing today that's on your list and don't worry about the rest. We've all been there. And I can tell you, as somebody who's kind of growing through that right now myself, like, it's okay. I'm going to hang up this video. I'm recording on my phone, so, you know. I'm going to finish this video and I'm going to go straight to the post office. And that's going to be what I have to do today. And that's going to be okay. So thank you guys all again for watching another video. I so appreciate your support. I can't believe we're up to 200 subscribers. That blows my mind. So thank you guys so much. And please have a great weekend. Reach out if you need someone to talk to. And I'll see you all on Tuesday.